between videos, I had just enough PP restoration items to fully restore the PP of every single move on this team, except Annabelle's Brick Break, which is a little awkward, but I don't think we're going to need to use that 14 times. Hopefully. Let's head into the final battle. Here we go. I'm so excited. Welcome back to Pokemon FireRed and LeafGreen. Hey, Winter. You came back, Winter. That is so great. My rival should be strong to keep me sharp. While working on my Pokédex, I looked all over for Pokemon. Not only that, I assembled teams that would beat any Pokemon type. And now, I'm the Pokemon League champion. Because you went for a fucking vacation. And you were here when I came back, so I just sort of set up shop. And they let me. Crazy, right? Winter, do you know what that means? I'll tell you. By default, I am the most powerful trainer in the world. Champion Aidan would like to battle. This is by far the hardest fight in this game, and I want to win this without cheating this time. That max revive in the last attempt left a bad taste in my mouth. Let's do this. Aidan is leading with Heracross. Level 72, bug fighting type, swarm for the ability, known to boost Mega Horn, counter, Rock Tomb, and Earthquake. That's a pretty bad moveset for me to be leading with Lamp, actually. Okay. I don't know why I'm leading with her when I have a Pokemon that blatantly has a better option. I guess counter is probably what scared me off from leading with Annabelle, but well, whatever. He's probably gonna switch into something with an advantage against Lamp afterwards anyway, and I think Overheat might knock out. I guess we'll see. Here we go. Yep, nice one shot. Okay. I'm fine with the special attack drop. Heracross is down. Next up, Tyranitar. Yeah, he has a pseudo-legendary on his team now. Tyranitar is level 72, Rock Dark type, Sandstream for the ability, known to moves Crunch, Thunderbolt, Earthquake, and Aerial Ace. This is one of the first Dark types we're going up against in the last episode. I think it's probably going to go for Earthquake. I'm going to hope Lamp is faster and go for Grudge. Earthquake is by far this thing's scariest attack, so if we're getting rid of that right away. I do not want to see you using that again, mister. Okay, Lamp is down, but it was a worthy sacrifice. Okay. It has Sandstream up. He might have accidentally turned Annabelle into a monster because she has Sandveil, I think. She has something that has to do with sandstorms. And she also has Brick Break, which deals with Tyranitar pretty handily. I'm not shifting, I'm summoning. Yeah, Sandveil. So our evasion is increased because of this Tyranitar Sandstream. And the Sandstorm doesn't end, so in theory, Annabelle could just sweep the rest of his team. Let's go, Brick Break. Probably not gonna one-shot or anything, but yeah, pretty good damage anyway. Crunch is the only thing it can do, so... Ooh, that is a lot of damage. Okay. Yeah, it can't use Thunderbolt, and Aerial Ace wouldn't do much, so it's only going to be going for Crunch. Brick Break knocks out on the second use anyway, so whatever. Alright, Tyranitar's down. That's just two new Pokemon out of the way. Exeggutor is next. Level 73, Grass Psychic type. Chlorophyll for the ability, which it's definitely not getting any use out of with the Sandstorm. No new Sleep Powder, Light Screen, Giga Drain, and Psychic. I'm pretty sure this thing's moveset is pretty, like, much the same as it was last time. I'm just gonna keep Annabelle out until she faints, since the Sandstorm is doing some heavy lifting for her, and... well, it's not doing any heavy lifting for her, actually, because I don't think she actually avoided a single move while the Sandstorm was inactive. Okay. Well, thanks for putting me in my place, Exeggutor. What's next? Huh. I don't have a great response to this Exeggutor, honestly. Psychic is super effective on Gaster and Hiket. I don't think Rhine's gonna do much damage with Hidden Power Ghost. We can at least go for Return, I guess. Umi is super effective by Giga... Yeah, Rhine is just our best option, I think. Which is fine. Get the attack drop on a Pokemon that is absolutely not going to be using any physical attacks. That's fine. This Sandstorm in this battle is part of what makes it so difficult compared to, like, any other fight we've had. This is, like, passive damage on most Pokemon you could possibly have at this point, so... You know, it's going to be hitting most of his team very hard, too. But, well, not very hard, you know. As hard as Sandstorm does. But it's still, like, that little bit of chip damage can make a big difference. As you can see by the fact that Ryan is about to go down already. I'm going to go for Return again. I was fully expecting that for Restore. I probably should have healed, too. I don't have anything against using full Restores. I just don't want to use a Revive again. So... you know, I should have done something here instead of just letting Rhine faint to the Sandstorm. Okay. This battle is not going well, actually. It started really good, but then it got really bad. I don't like that Lamp fainted so early. I should have probably saved her a little bit, because I think we have other ways of dealing with Tyranitar. I don't even think Earthquake from Tyranitar would have hit Annabelle that hard. I mean, it would have hit hard, but Annabelle outsped anyway. Okay. Gaster, I am putting my faith in your Shadow Ball. That is the man who speaks in hands, baby! There we go. Exeggutor's down. Next up, Alakazam. Definitely faster than Gaster. Fun rhyme there. Alakazam is level 73 Psychic type, synchronized for the ability, knowing the moves Psychic, Reflect, Calm Mind, and Shadow Ball. I don't have any options here. I might lose this battle because of this Alakazam, honestly. I'm gonna go for Shadow Ball. We outspeed? How? Not quite a one-shot, damn it. Okay, but the Sandstorm might take it out. Psychic is definitely taking out Gaster. I'm pretty sure the Sandstorm will take out Alakazam, though. What does he have left after this? Oh, we might be screwed with what he has left after this, actually. Okay. 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 Uh-oh. Umi. We have to make a prediction on what he's sending out next, which is really annoying. Okay. Alakazam's down. We can take being buffeted by Sandstorm, especially because we have leftovers. That might actually just, like... Yeah, that just gives us back whatever health we lose from the Sandstorm, so... As long as the Sandstorm doesn't take us down to 0, at least it's not going to be super, like, bothersome here. Gyarados. Okay, Gyarados is level 73, Water Flying type, Intimidate for the ability, knowing the moves Dragon Dance, Hydro Pump, Earthquake, and Hyper Beam. I almost had Earthquake twice in a row. I don't know why. Okay, so my prediction was not correct. I was really hoping he would switch to Charizard, because I wanted Umi to be dealing with that and not this. I could switch out, but that gives it a free chance of using Dragon Dance. And after that, I'm not sure Venusaur survives long enough to do what I would want to do with Venusaur. We might lose. I'm switching. I don't feel safe switching here. I really wanted Gaster to be able to deal with this Gyarados because, you know, Thunderbolt. Please don't deal too much. Please. Please. Okay. That is enough that I can tolerate, hopefully. Okay. I'm gonna use Swords Dance. I probably should have gone for a full restore, but whatever. It's going for Dragon Dance. I'm going to use a full restore now, just to test the waters on how much it's going to be doing with its attacks after a Dragon Dance. But if it goes for a second Dragon Dance, then I'm screwed. No matter what, I'm going to have to take a risk. So I'm taking this risk. Okay, Earthquake. Let's see how much that does. If it does more than half health... Oh, it did. Uh-oh. Okay. I can use a second full restore and see if that's a damage roll. But once you start relying on something being a damage roll, you're pretty much screwed. So, I'm gonna have to rely on Hiket's abnormally high speed being enough. Nope, it's not. We lose. We don't have a chance here anymore. With that Dragon Dance, Ubi can't possibly win. Okay. Umi, I'm sorry. I'm sorry it's come down to you again, and it's this fucking dire a situation. Oh, I wish I played the beginning of this battle a little safer. Like, sacrificing Lamp that early led into sacrificing Gaster too early, and there was just no coming back from it. Okay, Ice Beam is the best we can do. It's not gonna do enough. Gyarados has high special defense. Yeah. We lose. I told you it's the hardest fight in the game. So I wasn't lying. There we go. To make a long story short, I reset before losing on my second and third attempts because I made some bad decisions in the second attempt, and then I got some awful luck in the third. So we're just going to be doing our absolute best here. I'm going to make my best decisions. The main thing you missed in those attempts was I decided that I will only use 4 full restores in this battle, the same as Aidan has. Okay. This thing is probably going for counter right away, which I am not a huge fan of. But I don't really have anything I can do. I don't know why I'm even looking in my bag. There's nothing I can really do about it, is the issue. I know Aerial Ace doesn't one-shot from a previous attempt, so I sort of just need to hope for a crit. Oh, Mega Horn! Okay, I'm fine with you using that. Sure. Crit? Any crits in chat? No, of course not. Okay, Quick Claw? Or full restore, I'm fine with that. It gives me another opportunity for the Quick Claw in the next turn. Or another opportunity for a crit here. I cannot stress enough that pretty much my entire strategy for this battle hinges on this, like, first exchange between Sandslash and Heracross going well. God damn it, it didn't go well. God damn it. Okay. I have to come up with a new plan. Like, on the fly. Which bodes so incredibly well. This thing doesn't have any fighting type moves that it can just use off rip. It can only use counter as a fighting move, so I guess Rhine. At least we get the Intimidate drop on it. Let's go for Return. I'm going for Rhine specifically because this kind of randomizes what it is he'll choose next, unless he's going for Tyranitar because of the resistance, which would be annoying. I need to lead with Annabelle to beat Heracross, but then Annabelle is also needed to beat Tyranitar, so I'm already in a pretty bad situation on this attempt. I'm going to go for Return on this Alakazam. Thank you! Okay, this thing was a problem on my second attempt. I got trapped in a, like, basically full restore off with Aidan. Executor, I'm just gonna go... I'll try Hidden Power, see how much it does, and then I'll go for Return if I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed. I'm gonna go for return. Sleep powder, miss, nice, okay. I guess I'm going for hidden power again. I pressed the up button, but I think I pressed it on literally the same frame that I pressed the A button, so A button was red first, and that's where we are now. Don't knock out, and this could be a pretty good start, all things considered. Okay. I'm fine using a third hidden power now. Sure. Okay. This attempt is suddenly going very well. Ryan grew to level 65, deservedly, after taking out 3 of his Pokemon? Tyranitar! Okay. Well, this is where Ryan's streak ends, but what an impressive streak it was. We haven't used Iron Tail much since teaching it to Ryan, so let's go for that. Okay, not gonna knock out, but that's fine. Okay. My whole reason for needing to take out Heracross was so he would go into Exeggutor, which I could get a safe switch into Lamp for, and then deal with Tyranitar easily. But that has sort of ceased to be an issue. I can switch into Lamp now, use Grudge to get rid of Earthquake, and Exeggutor is no longer a problem for Lamp, so... Okay. It somehow sort of worked out in a weird way. I could have burned Tyranitar before. Well, not before doing this. It was one or the other, I guess. I think getting rid of Earthquake overall is more valuable than burning it, though. Okay. Lamp is down, but so is its Earthquake PP, which is good. Okay. 3 down on each side now. I know what his remaining Pokemon are. And I can't really afford to lose any of these fighting this Tyranitar, so... If there was one I could afford to lose, unfortunately it would be Hiket. I am not 100% certain that Frenzy Plant knocks out in one hit here. Aerial Ace is the strongest move it could use against Hiket, though. And Hiket outspeeds because of her freakish speed, so we'll go for Razor Leaf to test the waters on damage. Okay. From there, Frenzy Plant definitely knocks out. I don't think Aerial Ace will be able to. Okay. 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 If you couldn't tell, I'm a little stressed out because of how many attempts this took, but, like, I'm feeling a little more confident in this one. That takes out Tyranitar. Hiket, unfortunately, needs to recharge on the next turn. But depending on what he sends out, that might be fine. Okay, Charizard. Charizard is the only Pokemon we haven't seen so far. Level 75, Fire, Flying type, Blaze for the ability, holding a Citrus Berry known as Fire Blast, Aerial Ace, Dragon Claw, and Earthquake. Okay. That's going to be the end of Hiket. I was not expecting her to have, like, the big final move or anything, so... I'm not too heartbroken over this. She had a good role in this battle, taking out his Tyranitar. Umi is my option for Charizard. I need Gaster for his final Pokemon, so... Come on, Umi. It's a run back from last time. I'm looking at his moves. I really think Earthquake is the most intimidating thing this has on Umi. It's 10 levels higher, so Earthquake will do a ton of damage. And it's definitely faster because it's a Charizard and Umi is a Vaporeon. I just dropped my stylus, even though I can't even use the stylus on this game. That's impressive, like, honestly. Good job, me. Alright. I think... trying to decide between Surf and Toxic. I think Surf is my best move. It's not worth, like, risking Earthquake knocking out in one hit, because... yeah, not even close, by the way. I was afraid of that for no reason. I was thinking, oh, maybe I'll go Toxic. Umi! Impressive! Considering the last time you fought that thing, God! Okay, Gyarados is his final Pokemon. We already went over its moveset. By the way, the movesets for his other possible starters you'd have seen on the sidebar when we were fighting Charizard there. We're in a pretty good spot now. You know, this is generally how battles go. I plan them out from the very beginning. They don't go as planned. And if I am just going by the seat of my pants, they will go fucking fine. Dragon Dance is terrifying. However, this thing's only physical moves do not affect Gaster, who is going to be my next Pokemon. So it can outspeed and use Hydro Pump. Hydro Pump I don't think is going to knock out Gaster in one hit. It also has low accuracy. So it can deal as much damage as it wants to Umi, and it can outspeed Gaster all at once, but I think I've pretty much won here. It also has Poison and the Sandstorm chipping down its health, so yeah. Okay. This was a solid rematch. I'm saying was already, like it's already decided, but I mean, you can see he's desperate, right? He even needs to recharge on the first turn. Gaster's out now. He's screwed. I'm pretty sure this battle is ending the exact same way as the last one, except this time, I didn't cheat. I don't think I've even used a single full restore when I gave myself a limit on full restores. This was just a good battle. Oh my god. Thunderbolt. Does this just knock out? I think it does. It's 4 times super effective and at like basically half health. Oh yes. That laugh is not like me saying, oh, that was a pathetic team, because it wasn't. This was a hard battle. That was just pure serotonin. Hell yes. Defeated Aidan. No, that can't be. You beat me at my best. After all that work to become the league champ, my reign is over already? It's not fair. Fair is fair, fucker. I didn't even cheat that time. Why? Why did I lose? I never made any mistakes raising my Pokemon. Darn it! You're the new Pokemon League champion. Although I don't like to admit it. I'm getting some deja vu here. Winter! So, you've won. Sincerely, congratulations. You're the new Pokemon League champion. You've grown up so much since you first left with Bulbasaur to work on the Pokédex. Winter, you have come of age. Aidan, I'm disappointed in you. I came when I heard you'd beaten the Elite Four. TMI. But when I got here, you had already lost. Aidan, do you understand why you lost? You have forgotten to treat your Pokemon with love and trust. Without them, you will never become a champ again. Even though you did become champ again, but whatever. We were too lazy to write new dialogue for the rematch. Winter, you understand that your victory was not just your own doing. The bond you share with your Pokemon is marvelous. Winter, come with me. Bye, Aidan. Rip Bozo. Congratulations, Winter. This floor is the Pokemon Hall of Fame, which you know because you've been here already. Pokemon League champions are honored for their exploits here, which you know because you were here already. Their Pokemon are also recorded in the Hall of Fame, which you know because you were here already. Winter, you have worked hard to become the new League champion. Congratulations, Winter. You and your Pokemon are Hall of Famers. Annabelle, our first new Pokemon. Gaster, our last new Pokemon. Lamp, who used Grudge a lot. Rhine, who is awesome. Umi, who kicked ass in that battle. And Haket, our starter. Welcome to the Hall of Fame. Again. League champion, congratulations. With that is everything there is to do in Pokemon FireRed and LeafGreen, aside from completing the Pokédexes. And the Fame Checker, but we'll go over that in the bonus video. I have extremely mixed thoughts on the post-game in Pokemon FireRed and LeafGreen. On one hand, conceptually, the Sevi Islands are very cool. They're based on two archipelagos off the coast of Tokyo, the Izu Islands and the Bonin Islands, and they take this inspiration to heart with a lot of the designs of all the different areas. I also feel like the vibe of exploring relatively uninhabited lands in a Pokemon game is just so immaculate, especially in a game with a battle system that doesn't feel like pulling teeth. I love so much about the exploration in the Sevi Islands, genuinely. Sebald Canyon is my favorite place in the entire Pokemon series, tied with one in Sun and Moon that I forgot about earlier, which, shame on me. Based solely on how cool the idea of exploring the bottom of a canyon leading into a ton of ancient ruins is. I love Mount Ember. I think it's the best the mainline Pokemon series has ever done with depicting a volcanic area, and the idea of the ruins of an ancient civilization being hidden deep beneath a volcano is kind of morbid, but also cool. I love the use of Braille being carried over from Ruby and Sapphire as well. The areas in the Sevi Islands just have a way of getting my imagination flowing. I feel like I can vividly picture what so many of these places would look like in real life, and that is a major compliment to the world designers. However, the Sevi Islands rely far too much on awful HM moves. When I get to the postgame of a Pokemon game, I have a set team that I would likely want to run with for the remainder of my experience. To force you to either sacrifice move slots on that team for moves like Cut or Rock Smash almost 70 hours into the game, or constantly carry one or more HM users at a time has just never sat right with me. I'll admit it was better going through it with my notes, knowing what HMs I'd need at any given time, but playing through the Sevi Islands for the first time, I went in largely blind to the post-game islands, and it was a miserable experience. I think these areas would benefit heavily from the modern HM system, where HMs are completely replaced by other mechanics to do the same job. Overall, though, I've come to appreciate the Sevi Islands in a way I never really expected to. For what they are, I think they make up a good region. Now, I'm going to let the rest of the credits play out, and once we get to the end screen, we'll go over the credits to this Let's Play. I have a lot of people to thank. First of all, thank you to the staff and contributors to Bulbapedia, Smogon, Pokemon Database, and Cerebi. All 4 of these sites serve as phenomenal sources for these videos in their own ways, and I could not make them without their help. I'd like to thank everybody in the Basement Discord server for humoring me while I lost my mind about a lot of different aspects of creating this project. I'd like to thank every single person who contributed to Let's Play for the Trevor Project 2024. Whether it was the people on stream or the people who donated. You all made this Let's Play happen, and you potentially saved lives as well. $1,002 goes a long way. Thank you as always to Aidan. I tend to thank them in projects, even where they don't necessarily contribute anything, so that's what this is. I totally did not forget to record this part and am doing it in post-commentary. That would never happen. Why would you even think that? I'd like to thank all of the artists who worked on this Let's Play. The artists from Generation 1, Anthony P., Leandro Notato, Chufflepop, and Jesta Plushgal, as well as the artists who did original work for this Let's Play, Robin V.A. and Airy. The artwork is one of my favorite parts of these projects, and I'm very happy with how it all turned out. And of course, thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed into this look of these remakes of games that really mean a lot to me. Next time, it's the bonus video. After that, I'll meet you back here for videos about a game in a series I have never once made videos about, pre or post reboot. I've also never made videos about a game in at least one of its genres. 2 hints for the price of 1, Grandma! I'll see you guys then.